So I'm going to tell you the story, because you'll see this on the internet. People ask, was it ever fun to fly the jet? And I told this story one time in Seattle 25 years ago, and it became, this urban legend or something. It's all true. One day, Walter and I are doing a little training mission around the United States, where you take off out of Sacramento, hit a tanker in Idaho, rip on up to Montana, zip across Denver, hang a right turn in Albuquerque, rip out over LA, up to Seattle, back into Sacramento, 2 hours, 21 minutes. Then you do it backwards. You're just gaining time and experience with your backseater. You're just learning how to work together. Building hours. Well, we're on our last training mission. We've made the turn at Albuquerque. We're over Tucson. I can see downtown LA from Tucson. I can see the whole western United States bathed in a warm glow of a fall afternoon. 6 in the evening, radios are silent, the air is smooth, not a gauge moving in my cockpit. It is perfect. I can see the whole chain of the Rocky Mountains from Canada to New Mexico, and I'm seeing all this scene, and it's all perfect. And I'm thinking, we bad. And I feel sorry for Walter because he has to monitor 5 radios in the back seat. So I flipped the switch up, and those of you that fly know that what I'm about to say is true, that centers that control all the traffic, when you fly on United or Delta, and all the centers are controlling you. Albuquerque Center, LA Center, Seattle Center, Cleveland Center, Jacksonville Center. It all sounds like the same guy because they all talk really cool and they want to make you feel cool as a pilot. So they don't just talk normal. And I swear it's the same guy, but we kind of like it. So whenever you ask them a question, you're going to get talked to like you're somebody important. Those of you that fly Cessnas all know that, hey, that sounds cool. Well, we flip up the switch, and sure enough, this is in the pre-GPS days. People always want to know their ground speed because they get lost, or they got to get their position. Well, who knows? There's always some Cessna guy. He's got to know his ground speed. LA Center, Cessna November Alpha Tango, have you got a ground speed readout for us? Now, Center would like to say, hey, pal, who cares? Get our frequency. We got other things. But no, he's going to talk to him like he's Air Force One. Cessna November Alpha, we show you 90 knots, 90 knots on the ground. That's how they talk. I'm not making this up. Right after that, a twin Bonanza popped up to pimp the guy, I guess. Twin Beach, whatever, you got a ground speed readout for us, Center? Senator's probably thinking, God, it's Friday afternoon, why me, God, please go away. But no, he's going to talk to him like he's, a shuttle astronaut. Twin Beach, we show you 120, 120 knots on the ground. And right after that, a Navy F-18 out of Lemoore popped up on frequency. And you knew it was a Navy guy because he talked very cool on the radio. Center, Dusty 5-2 speed check. And I'm thinking, wait a minute. Dusty 5-2 has a ground speed indicator and a $1 million F-18 cockpit. It's got it right there in the heads-up display. Got it right there. Why are we calling Center to broadcast our speed? Oh, I get it. We're just the meanest, baddest, fastest military jet in the valley today. We're taking our little Hornet jet over Mount Whitney and ripping across Death Valley, and we want everyone from Fresno to the coast to know what real speed is. And you could almost hear a little glee in the controller's voice, like just touch, like we've put an end to this. Dusty 5-2, we show you 620, 620 knots across the ground. And it was that across the ground, see, that was that little, we've had enough of this, I don't want to hear anybody else now. And there was silence on the radio. There wasn't an airliner from Seattle to San Diego that wanted to be next on frequency. Just an etiquette thing. And a 12-year-old was reaching for the mic button. And I thought, oh no, Walter's in charge of the radios. No, it's the Navy, they must die now. I thought, no, but if I do that, I'll destroy all the training, and I want us to be a good crew. And at that moment, I heard a click of the mic button in the back seat. Ladies and gentlemen, Walter and I became a crew at that moment. In his very best innocent Cessna voice, Walter, LA Center, Aspen 30, have you got a ground speed readout for us? You could almost hear a collective gasp on freak from everyone, like, oh, the poor fools, they didn't hear the previous transmissions. And And center had to give you that same voice. Aspen 30, we show you 1,942 knots across the ground. It was like a little glee in his voice. And I knew I was going to like Walter for the next 4 years is when he came back and said, Senator, we're showing a little closer to 2,000. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to know we never heard another transmission all the way to the coast. So for just a moment, it indeed was fun flying the jet. Most of the missions were highly serious, fatiguing, dangerous, scary, and very rewarding for what we were able to do.